You were willing to sacrifice yourself for people who were in bad circumstances. This is a quick message from the universe. Chosen one, chosen one. You found yourself in that situation, and you found yourself in a world of trouble. And when you found yourself in this situation, chosen one, things were starting to look, you started to see through the illusion, and you started to realize, damn, I'm in a setup. And a lot of you, when you first got in the situation and you found yourself there, it started to hit you instant. Like, a lot of you started to get anxiety, things like that, because it was like, yo, even though I'm not seeing nothing is off, it still feels like something just something don't make sense to me. And so you continue to maneuver, you continue to move around. And, when you was in this situation, there were other people in this circumstance, it could have been, there was other people around, right? Could have been elderly people, children, young adults, anything, right? But there were other people that were there in the places that you had ended up in these traps, these honey traps, and these situations, right? And the thing about the chosen ones is, man, you have a light about you. You have a light about you, and this light that you have, it's hard for people not to look at you and see you for who you are. Because a lot of times, chosen one, when you came into this situation around these people, you didn't know how much of an impact that you would have around these individuals. And you were put through tests, and through all these tests that you was put through, you always did the thing of integrity. And little did you know, and you might have realized this, but the people that were in this circumstance, regardless of how they may have acted or anything, they were kind of happy that you was around, because you showed them something that they didn't never see. A lot of these people have been in circumstance that, they don't wish to be in, chosen one. And so you was in a situation, whatever, and things started to hit the fan. Shit started to go sideways. Your paradise became bullshit. It all started to hit the fan, and the crazy things, the crazy events, and crazy stuff that started to happen. But the thing is, chosen one, while you was in these circumstances with the individuals that was around, because like I said in one video, a lot of times, right, there are people that are involved or around, and this is by circumstance. This is not by choice. This is by circumstance. And so these people that were around or whatever, involved, when you begin to bond with these people, because you anywhere the chosen one goes, you're gonna make bonds, you're gonna make relationships, you're gonna do things for people. This is just how you operate. If you around, people are gonna benefit off you being around. You're just not gonna be around and selfishly, you're gonna try to break the ice. You're gonna try to let people know that you're trustworthy. Let people know that you are part of the family, things like that. And so when you found yourself in these situations, chosen one, you started making bonds with individuals and doing things, and you showed them a side of people that they never seen. Because a lot of people that are stuck in these circumstances, people that come around them often want to take advantage or hurt them, or they can't be trustworthy, control, things like that, right? You respected people's boundaries, you respected people, and you stood on your word. You said you was going to do something, you did it, and you showed them something in a person that they wasn't used to seeing. And so these people, what you notice from conversation and talking, and little things like that, these people, they generally started to like you, started to love you, started to want you around. They started to look at you as fam. And, when things started to get crazy, you realize, like, yo, these people don't want to be in this situation. This is circumstance type of situation. This ain't something that, uh, you know, this is something beyond them. And so you really you really started to have empathy and wanting to change people. The thing about the chosen ones, you're gonna always tap into that hero mode. You can be a dark empath, anything. Once you find out that there's somebody around, or people that are in situations where they can't control, or situations that they can't handle, and you know for sure, like, yo, regardless of, nobody even got to tell you anything, because these people never told you anything, chosen one. These people, they can't tell. They can't say, yo, this what's going on. That's they. A lot of times these people put their life on the line. They can't do that. But you were able to see and just peep the pattern of things that were happening around you. That, yo, these people were in circumstances that they really didn't like. And when you're dealing with individuals, everybody's human. And so when you were dealing with individuals, elderlies or kids or young adults, you could tell that, how they would be. They would be mad, or they would be upset about situations going on. They would hate the chaos going on around them. Because people don't want to live in that state of chaos, or just feel like their life is just a game, or somebody's just, nobody likes that shit, chosen one. Only the sick individuals who are behind these situations, they do that. And so you gain a bond for these people. You started to love these people as though they was really your family. And a lot of the reason, chosen one, of why you stayed around, and a lot of reason why you didn't burn the road up when you could have, because you realize, like I said, a lot of people, they realize what's going on and they get the fuck up out of there. But you realized what was going on, and you started to want to help people. You started to want to help people. And so shit was getting crazy, chosen one, and the walls was closing in. And you know what you said, a lot of the reason why you even ended up going through the things that you went through, because you could have left. You could have said, fuck it. But the reason why a lot of times you end up going through things and end up even having to be in a situation to even defend yourself is because you were always worried about others. You were willing to sacrifice yourself for people that you knew were in a messed up situation. You were willing to sacrifice yourself, when it came down to it. And these people understand that about you. These people know, like, yo, one thing I can say about him or her, they wouldn't have left. If it really was, some shit was going down and shit would have really, went against the grain, they was gonna ride with us. They was gonna really, they would have went up with us, right? You were willing to sacrifice yourself because of other people were in circumstances that they could not control. And that is the reason why the source couldn't let you just go out anyway, chosen one. They say, through your actions, the source, or, the Most High, whatever, it knows your heart. They know your heart, right? They understood that you were willing to make an ultimate sacrifice for people who you really didn't even know like that, just out of the goodness of your heart. And this is the difference between you and everybody else.